Philip Clement can't accept the current Rangers level, and you know what? Must be the first time I've agreed with the guy in about 6 months. Went back to the channel. Of course, we got the fallout to the Europa League last night. I appreciate all the comments and all that good stuff, but that's where all the good stuff ended because it was bad, wasn't it? You know, looking back at it, I don't think 4-1's as horrific as maybe some people are making, but 4-1 at home's bad, man. You know, I don't want to go down the route of talking about Leon and their 140 or 160 million euros spent. We can't compete with that. I don't even need to state that point, right? But see, to me, that's an insane amount of money for Leon to spend. Who did Leon sell for them to spend that money? Like, the French league has only seen that money spent when it was PSG or Monaco when they had their wee period with the money. I don't understand where Leon spent 40 million. I'm not going to pretend that I'm a Ligue 1 expert, but you know, Leon spending 160 million puts them into a pretty top tier, in my opinion. You know, I'm not talking about the top tier, but there's a lot of teams that you would think are nowhere near you would think Leon are nowhere near the level of, but you spend 160 million, you know, they get closer. I mean, we'll have to wait and see how that plays out. But Leon are doing really bad in the league, so again, disappointing. But what it comes down to is just defensive frailties and going forward was awful. I've rewatched some of the goals back. James Tavernier, man, needs to hang his head in shame. But let's see here. Clement referenced 2 early chances. Captain Tavernier, that was saved well by Perry, though. I mean, Tav's goals have dried up, admittedly, but, you know, to me that wasn't a holy moly, how'd you miss that? Tierney's, though, you know, if Rangers take the lead in this game, right, who knows what happens. I said in the review we'd probably still get beat. You know, we got it back to 1 each, we still get beat 4-1, so there's that. If we make it 1-0, though, maybe the atmosphere would have been so much better. But then the 1 each atmosphere was good. I'm not going to bury the atmosphere, but maybe Leon fear it. I mean, obviously, you've got more chance of winning if you go 1-0 up, man. That's just a common denominator at the end of the day, but we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it went. Didn't go. I mean, it's all if buts maybes at the end of the day. They talk about Dessers. I mean, you know, Rangers' total expected goals was higher than Leon's. As I touched on in the review, I've said that a few times. 15 shots each, but it's just one team's got clinical, you know, finishers and one team doesn't. And the problem is, this isn't a one-off. We've seen it against Malmo. We should have put about 7 past Malmo at the end of the day, and we didn't put 7 past Malmo, is obviously what happened. Now we're sitting on a minus goal difference, which feels incredible considering how we've watched both games go. Clement was asked could he accept the stats. He says, no, I cannot. I don't accept losing games. I don't accept the level we are at. I like that. That's the sort of talk I need. Subbing off James Tavernier with about 35 minutes to go is exactly the sort of moves that Philip Clement should be moving. And is it Clement beginning to realise that it's sink or swim time, that these players will hang him out to dry? Potentially. And that's a Clement I can get behind. That's a Clement that I will back to the moon. Now, here, even if he continued to play these players, man, it's not like it's all the manager's fault. Well, I mean, I guess it is tax. I mean, the manager is playing them, but a lot of big wages to be in there, to be factored in. But he says, I'm always ambitious to raise the level. I think the very positive thing is that you create the amount of chances against a really good team with good football and good combination play. But we need to make the next step to finish off those chances, then you can go go to another level. Again, with Clement, as I said, if we're playing like Adam Define and other youngsters in that team for, you know, experienced players who aren't pulling their weight and we were getting beat, I think a lot of us would be a bit more sympathetic. But when you go with the same old problems, it's always going to cause issues because, you know, you don't learn from them. But as you can see, I mean, 16 shots for Rangers, 4 shots, sorry, in the 6-yard box. And then, you know, you've got 12 shots in the 18-yard box. I mean, that should be much better, man. There's no two ways about it. There's big issues in front of goal. Not ideal, to say the least. And it's a steep learning curve for Rangers. Just a bit more talk. But what I would say is, you know, it's not the worst ever. Getting beat 4-1 at home is borderline unacceptable for me, right? But I can't turn around and say that this game was an ultimate demolition. We got forward. We were just it was certain players that for me let the side down at the end of the day. Like, look, when Conor Barron gave away the goal, yeah, he gave the pass away, right? But what's James Tavernier doing? Just jogging back. And then Lacazette, who scores, is completely unmarked at the back post because that's James Tavernier's man, in the sense of, well, he was in the right area where James Tavernier should be. Um, just the running back, and also, I mean, not just Tav for that goal. Like, three of our guys went to mark two of their guys, which left Lacazette free. But issues all over the park. But he can't accept it. And for me, I agree with that, because St Johnstone, of course, on Sunday shall be an interesting game. But until next time, leave your thoughts down below, and peace.